life after campus. Najua kuna wase wamemaliza hapa campus. So, you tell me guys, what next after campus?
What next after campus?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a very hard question. Let me tell you.
it's a tricky
What
one.
do you mean? What do you mean with saying that?
Because you know when you leave campus, you're in that quagmire. I mean, you don't know what's gonna come next. Just the way you're asking, like, what next after campus?
Yeah.
So we don't always have the answer to that. But I think what one should do is to plan, because you know when you always have expectation. Like when I finish campus, I want to get a good job. I want to have I want to be dependent and all that.
Of
That is
course, your
not
parents
expect you to be that, and
Mhm.
they always give you deadlines. So
Mhm.
you are under that pressure, and you have other pressures of looking for jobs and all that.
Mhm.
So it doesn't always end the way you want it.
But then you should think about, okay, yes, we are in this in this journey, and like I
Yeah.
moved from primary, from secondary,
Mm.
from now campus.
Mhm.
And then after campus, yeah, I have to get a job, be
Yeah.
employed somewhere. We always have that kind of mindset
Mm.
that like everybody after campus must have a job and just be stable. But it doesn't normally work that way.
Yeah.
In that some people always end up like not having a job.
Mm.
Okay, you are experienced and you have learned something in school, but then you come to apply to, like, you can't apply your experience in the market.
In the market, yeah. So
Maybe.
what just the way you asked, like, what next now? It's for you now, because going through that school, you're into now this transitioning period where you want to be independent, all that we have been talking about. So it's upon you now to use your mind skill, because you're taught at
Okay,
school.
yeah, at school you
You were
gain
taught to know
several
that,
skills, not
yeah,
like
several good skills, yeah.
you're
But
you have been struggling,
mm,
like you've been facing a lot of challenges, not just learning. You
yeah,
have learned, yes, and
mm,
there are some several things that you have gained from school rather than just the knowledge from
the
the
knowledge,
books.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is now where your mind skills comes in, and then the most important thing is to create connections, because you never know how you are gonna cultivate. There's something we call serendipity, the power of good luck. So you don't know where your luck will come from. So the important thing is to create connections and impactful connections. Yeah, so that is the first thing that someone should consider when you leave campus.
Just like, okay, your mates will be your future employers, so
Hmm.
you just make that networking is key.
Yeah,
Actually,
Yeah.
your networking it begins with those your colleagues,
Yeah,
Mm.
your
students you're learning
classmates,
with.
those people you live with, your roommates.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I think once you've left campus,
Mm.
one thing that you should do, you should be positive. Like when you when you're positive, like
Mhm.
good things will follow you.
Okay.
Yeah, you need the resilient. You need to be emotionally resilient. You need the normal resilience. So that
You should-
so that you can be able to endure, because
and
not
withstand
everything is
anything.
gonna be smooth. And then when you
Yeah.
talk about connections, I think the most important thing is to when you meet people or when you go somewhere, try to know who these people are and what
Yeah.
they do. Don't be fit into a corner
Where you know people,
where yeah.
like you're just interacting with those people that you know. Also interact with
Yeah,
those
be
that
someone
you
who
don't
be
know.
someone who is trying to face adversity.
Mm.
Yeah, that is the only way you can elevate.
And that's the way, like, people will notice you. It's not just, yeah, when you just keep quiet,
Yeah, when
nobody
you
will
keep
notice
quiet,
you.
you fix yourself in your corner. No one will notice you, and no one will notice your skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, guys, what mistake should someone not do after campus? Like, what do you think? For example, I shouldn't do after campus. Like you leave campus, yes, but
Mm.
then you feel like, yeah, I've finished campus. I don't have a job, but then I don't want to like make a mistake that will impact
Drag
me
you
in the
back, yeah.
future.
Mm. Mm.
For example, let me say I finish campus and I have nothing to do and my parents can't continue paying rent for me and I'm
Yeah.
not working, you know.
Deviation.
They can't. Actually, they just tell you come back home. Let's like you
Yeah,
know
be
home.
around.
They're not paying rent. You're being fed. You're like your parents want to be sending you money every now and then. So like, what mistake shouldn't you make? And maybe let's say, how would you like tell your parents that I'm supposed to do this and this so that they can support you? You know, our parents like they have this
The
mindset.
African parents, I
What?
know, I
Yeah,
understand.
they
I
have
totally
this
do
mindset
understand,
that
yeah.
like I can't support you when you're not like doing anything.
Doing anything.
You know, like right now, yeah, while we are learning, we are in campus. They know we are learning. That's why they're paying the rent. They're sending money and they're saying, but then you're not learning. You're just there and they're paying rent. They can't. It's even
Yeah.
hard for them.
I think when you reach 18,
Mm.
everything is shifted back to you.
You are supposed
You
to
are,
be
yeah,
independent.
yeah, you're supposed to be independent. And you see, you sometimes demand independence when you are not 18. And then when you are 18, now you have to be supported.
Yeah, and they it can't just shift like that
Yeah, it can't
because
shift like
yeah,
that.
it
I
can't.
think there are some steps we need to follow.
Okay, so what
I
do you
think
think?
I think
we
this
shouldn't
thing
do?
mostly relies on your mindset,
Mm.
because majority of us we have that notion that once you leave campus there are no jobs,
Mm-hmm.
yet there are so many jobs.
Yeah.
So you have to have that positive like mindset,
Attitude, yeah.
yeah, attitude. Like the jobs are there, and
You need to
yeah,
to search for those skills.
yeah, you
And you
can
need to have that skills to
Get that
survive.
job.
get the
Yeah.
jobs. Yeah, in as much as it's not a must to get employed, you can employ yourself. You can do anything.
Yeah.
You can generate money to you.
Like the thing.
But also, I think something to add on, because it doesn't always mean that what you do will pay off.
Mhm.
And it's very hard because people have been trying to do things. Maybe you start a small business, it fails, and all that. So, in as much as you're having that a positive attitude and you have something to do, you're using your mind skill. At the same time, you still need support from home.
Yeah, you still need support.
So I think the best way is for you to agree. I mean, maybe let's say, for example, I can give a good example with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I've studied IT and all that,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not able to get a job maybe in an IT field.
Yeah.
But I have this business idea, or it can be maybe IT based business idea or any other business idea. So the thing to do is to see if you can create a good rapport at home
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
to tell them about what you want to do
Mm.
with the challenges that you're facing now,
Mhm.
so that at least, in as much as they're supporting you, if they can also support you to start maybe something small, and then they can stop now maybe giving you the support in
As a,
phases.
yeah,
Yeah,
as
in
a,
Yeah, in
as a
phases.
certain
So maybe
period,
they,
maybe when you are somehow
yeah,
stable and you can do
So maybe
like
they tell
one,
you,
two.
okay, so at the moment we'll pay for your rent, but you'll have to look for something to eat.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you shift in phases. So I think that is the best thing to do.
That's a good one.
I think that's the best.
Mhm.
Instead of being left alone, like next month.
Yeah,
now
then
we
you
are
suffer
paying
into
your rent.
depression
Yeah,
and all
you
that.
know, like some of our parents just force us to go at home.
Yeah.
And they know like opportunities are here. We created connections here. We created networks here. And we
Yeah.
have to meet those people here so that like we can continue
You
building
stay close
those
to them,
connections
yeah.
and also they can find for us what they have. You know a friend who knows a friend who employs you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, so like we have to be here. Someone won't like call you from home and tell you, I have a job today. Okay, okay. I have okay. For example, you apply for an interview, and then they call you and you're at home. We have an interview and it's tomorrow and it's at
tomorrow, you can't
8
make
a.m.
it.
You can't make it in Nairobi by that time, and
Yeah,
it's just
some-
that opportunity just passed like that,
Yeah.
and you end up not getting that opportunity.
I think the other thing is you guys like us. We should be honest. You don't have a job. You're struggling in your life, but you're not honest. Even your friends, they don't know you're struggling,
You're struggling, yeah.
and you don't want to be true to your parents and tell them that this is how I'm coping up, and I'm unable to raise like money to do something.
yeah.
Yeah. So you should be like honest. Tell them what you're facing.
Yeah,
Tell them
just
what
tell
you're
them.
good at.
Sometimes we are afraid of our parents and we are afraid to
Yeah,
tell
that's a
them
bad thing
things.
to do, yeah.
Yeah, because they end up like making us be that way because they like want us. you know, when when you go and tell your parents, no, mom, I want to do this and this, they feel like you are disobedient to them
Yeah.
because they have raised you, they have given you everything, like they are paying your rent and they're doing everything for you, and now you want like to command them. You know, when you tell someone just pay for me rent and I'm not doing anything, you know, they feel like you're just using their money and you're not paying them.
Yeah.
You know, so like also you. I don't know how we'll talk to our parents about this. I don't know.
You
Okay.
see, I think it is what you cultivated. That's what you saw. Like
What
that's yeah, that's what you did because you cultivated it. You saw it. So if you involve your parent in everything you do, every steps, you are
Yeah.
And your own
Okay,
inspiration,
that's
yeah.
where honesty comes in. You just involve them in every
in
step.
every step before that time reaches. If you involve them in a nice way,
Mm.
they will be eager to help.
Okay.
But if you are always afraid of them, then you will never tell them. Then you will go into depression, and that's the point that you reach.
But
You have
You,
no
got, you
family.
lose the connection with them.
For us, we're just basing these issues on our parents. You know, there are so many students who, at their background, they are very humble. Like their parents are unable even to raise them.
To raise that man.
Let's
Yeah.
say you applied for a scholarship and it went through, so that scholarship is what has been paying for you, that school fees, maybe that rent, and your parents were unable to pay for that rent. So maybe we can focus on even those students that they come from very poor backgrounds.
But now they have to
didn't
go
have-
back home.
Mhm.
But I think now the
you see
important thing now to do
Mm.
is you see the way we said creating connections
Yeah,
with
you
those who are
involve-
Yeah,
close to
those
you. You
connections
involve
can
your
save
people.
you.
Because you know when you have your circle of influence, I mean those people who are around you when you know like when I have a problem or
I'll go to this.
I'll go to
and
them
this.
and they can help me do this and this. So in as much as it can be hard to stay in Nairobi, but you can always find a way out. Because I've seen many people finding a way out rather than just going back to stay with their parents. Because you know it's really sad
Mm.
for a parent to pay for you school fees, the struggle they have been having for all those years, and then you're back home. You know,
With them.
it can even
Yeah,
make them.
your
It can
mama's
even
house,
get them
that's-
depressed because
Yeah.
because you're the only hope. So
Imagine if
now
you're there
this
at home.
yeah because now your parents have been doing much to support you. Next, it's your turn to now
Support
step
them
up.
and
Yeah,
also
step
yeah,
up.
support your siblings. You know, they're also paying fees for other your siblings.
Yeah,
It's not
absolutely.
just you.
So it's upon an individual. Yeah, it's for you to take now that step.
That's the
Because,
way you know what you are lacking when
Mm.
you came to campus, and now you are going out. What you need to do. So
That's why you should plan before campus. Just have that network and just know when things get tough, I'll do this.
I'll do this.
When
Yeah, you
things
have.
get hard, okay, I'll do this. When they get hard, and then I'll just have to go back home and find a way of just coping up.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
going back.
Going home is one of the options.
Yeah.
The last
Yeah.
option.
Should be the
Maybe.
last option.
Yeah,
No,
maybe.
it should.
It depends.
It
But it
depends.
depends.
Which corner
Yeah, it depends.
it will
Because
be applied.
I've tried comparing my friends that I was
Mm.
with them in high school, and I can say if you like according to my statistics, those who are at home they're doing good. Some have invested in motorbikes. They are selling tomatoes,
Yeah, but
groceries.
you see, they've gone back to invest.
To invest.
But
Yeah,
now we're talking about someone who
Who has nothing?
has nothing, totally has
And
nothing.
their parents
Yeah,
They've
are
come
grown
there.
up
on.
without any
You have
plan.
your home. You have your home at home.
Let me tell you,
have
there,
a large
even
house.
some people.
However small it is.
Let me tell you, there are some people who come from the
I know.
their background. I mean, they're totally
Yeah.
unable.
I know.
So those are the people like we're trying to be empathetic with.
Mhm.
So I mean, those are. But when you know where you come from, I always say don't forget where you come from,
Yeah.
because it's very important to know where you come from.
Because that's where you go back.
That is what should be like your drive, because when you look back at where you come from, it should give you a clear picture on where you should be heading to.
And what you should change where you're coming
Yeah, and
from.
we even talked last time about peer pressure. So these are the things that should be guiding you when you come into campus. Don't let peer pressure to
control.
When you
to
go outside
confuse you
there.
and
That's what you
Hey, you want to
be told.
encourage us? When you go out there,
When
where
you go out there, it's very tough.
That was the common phrases used by You
But
don't know.
they used to lie to us that campus has beautiful ladies. You
Yeah,
know,
it
handsome
does. It
men.
does. It depends.
They were expensive. Let me tell you.
They're
Let me tell you.
expensive. They didn't tell us they're
mention that
They
expensive.
didn't mention that part. You have to spend money.
You have to spend that money.
And you're
They should-
students. They don't have jobs.
You
They
immediately
don't
say
care.
hi to someone. "Hey, buy your lunch." I'm like, what the hell,
I
man?
don't have bases.
You're a comrade. You don't even have money for supper and lunch.
Sure. And they are people
No,
they
just
were
keep
taking.
quiet. If anybody is going to buy them, you just keep quiet and then you go out slowly.
Okay. So guys, what are challenges that you face after a campus, and how can you mitigate those challenges?
Can say the biggest challenge that I've faced.
Mm.
Money. Money is the root cause of all the problems.
And you're
Yeah.
definitely right.
Yeah, sure.
It's right,
just-
yeah.
it's money.
Mm.
So okay, it's money. How
Mhm.
do you mitigate that? It's a challenge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how have you been surviving? Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, like you know, in as much as I don't have a job,
mm,
I had those networks that you were talking about.
mm,
I have friends. They know I'm honest to them. They know I don't have a job, so
mm.
we work out on something. I freelance. I don't just sleep. I do podcasts. I'm a
Mm.
content creator.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's these small things that can pay your bills.
Yeah, there are many online things you can do. Just learn a skill.
Any other challenge like what you've
Okay,
faced
I think
after
the
campus?
biggest challenge after you leave campus is probably if you're not lucky enough to get employed, so probably unemployment. And that is facing everyone. So
Yeah.
you're not supposed to.
Not everyone. Some people are employed.
I'm saying almost everyone.
Almost.
Yeah, because you understand the rate of unemployment in youths in this country. So the thing is, now that you know this is the issue that you're going to face, stop being cynical and shouting, "Oh, we are employed. Government should help us." I don't know what. What you should do now is to look for survival tactics. The way you were saying, do something even if you didn't study for it.
Just
Me, I
do
can
it.
tell you, what I do is basically I volunteer with different organizations. I do meetings, and in those meetings, I get stipends. And that's how I'm able to survive. So this is something that I didn't study for. In as much as I'm applying for jobs and trying to look, because another challenge that we'll face is rejection. Let me
Yeah.
tell you,
Those emails.
we are getting rejected.
You
I
apply.
mean, you
You
apply, they don't respond. If they respond,
They
it's
are
a rejection.
Yeah.
It's a very sweet rejection email. So
sweet or bitter.
no, it's a sweet one. It's a sweet bitter.
Sweet dish.
So in as much as we appreciate your skills,
We
you
are
have
sorry.
decided to go ahead with another. And I'm like,
Another
what the-
candidate.
What the hell? What are you going to tell me that?
yeah. So now, how to mitigate that is to have a very powerful mindset. 'Cause-
Positive.
Yeah,
mindset.
very
You know,
powerful positive
okay,
mindset.
and also lower your expectations because you can be rejected or you can be accepted. So,
What you should do is actually create a very big room of unexpected things, because always know that when I apply, there are so many people that have skills than I do, and they're
and
looking
I've
for this
also
job.
applied.
Yeah, so that should give you a motivation, even if I get a rejection. But I'm like, okay, on to the next. I always prefer like people to start their rejection. I always do that. I always start my rejection. I'm like, okay, these people rejected me. They rejected me. Okay, so what did I do right? And then after you collect yourself in a small meeting and you see what you're supposed to do right, yeah, that's how you get to mitigate that. But in as much as you have, the most important thing is money anyway, because you have to survive. So just look for ways on how you can get, even if it's 100,
Yeah.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, this is it for this video. Hope you have enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video. Ciao.
Bye bye.
Bye.